Hi guys and girls, and welcome to this week's ScubaTube. In today's show, myself and Shaun are going to talk about corals after the recent hurricanes, a demon fish has been found, and scientists firing guns at narwhals, and plenty of other stories. So let's dive straight into our first story. Two divers have gone missing. Whilst diving at a very well-known spot of the Great Wall of China, two scuba divers have sadly gone missing. Denovo Chu and Sun Hao, apologise if I've mispronounced those names, have failed to surface from a dive last Wednesday after conducting exploratory dives on a particular section of the wall. The underwater section of the Great Wall was made in 1977 and is perfect for all types of dives. There are sections throughout that are perfect for technical divers who love low viz and colder waters, which both missing divers were known for diving. A search team is still underway trying to find both divers. The search teams are using sonar, remote control cameras, and global water explorers are searching the area. Sadly, it seems that this will turn into a recovery mission rather than a search and rescue.
Yeah, there's no updates to the story yet, but that was last Wednesday, so, when you're watching this, it would have been a week, so, yeah, if they haven't been found within the next couple of days, it goes from a search and rescue to a recovery, so.
Even though you can dive the Great Wall of China.
Yeah, 1977, it proves pretty popular. So you got all those guys that's like, I've walked the Great Wall of China.
But have you died the Great Wall?
Yeah, well then you haven't walked all of it, have you? Anyway, fish out of water. So model and dive instructor Charlie Williams walked 3 miles through Chichester this past Saturday, dressed in her full diving gear, fins and all. So Charlie, who's also, by the way, was a finalist in this year's Miss Scuba Diving UK, isn't just doing this for fun. She's raising money and awareness of several charities that she holds very close to her heart. They include Shark Guardian, Project Aware, Motor Neuron Disease Association, and Deep Therapy or Depth Therapy. Charlie didn't just do the walk though, she spent quite a lot of time during the day in the Chichester Town Centre talking to the public about the charities, and while she's doing this walk in her full scuba diving gear.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. So if you want to donate or read more, we're going to put the link in below for her Just Giving page on there. So yeah, click on that. But yeah, it's amazing. I remember I did a photo shoot once for Simply Scuba. It was our brochure that we did, and I spent probably about 2 hours in the park that's next door to our studio, dressed up in full scuba diving gear in the middle of summer, and I've never sweated so much in my life. If you find the picture, I'll ping it up so if you can find it. Yeah, it's cool.
Okay, panic rooms for corals. Now we all know that coral is under threat from either bleaching or boats crashing into them, but they now have another knockdown from sporadic hurricanes in the past month. Marine biologists are now pushing for panic rooms for coral. In the Florida Keys, there is a small patch of land that is dedicated to tiny fragments of living coral, storing them in tanks of seawater to keep them alive. Now, because the Earth's weather patterns are becoming more and more extreme, biologists want this site to become bigger, to house more corals, and also for more sites like this to pop up all over the world. Sadly, we can't just leave the coral to do its own thing anymore because of climate change and human stupidity. So hopefully this project will get the green light. But what are your guys' thoughts on the story? Is there any better way of saving a coral? Let's discuss this in the comments below.
It always seems to be a thing with coral. Every ScubaTube or, sometimes a weird Wednesday, there's always something popping up with coral. And I think people need to realise that yes, obviously a lot of our oxygen comes from trees and stuff, but more of it comes from coral and actually underwater. So the more that we can do to protect it, the better. It's always a bit weird taking something that's natural and then basically kind of making it a bit artificial by putting it in these tanks. But if that's
no choice.
Yeah, if we have to do it, then that's what we got to do. So yeah, anyway.
Have you ever wondered what celebs scuba dive? Our latest video, 10 celebs that scuba dive, will tell you. At least 10 anyway. It's dropped on our channel on Friday, and again, just like the 5 types of scuba divers video, it's gone down a treat. What scuba videos would you like us to make? Let us know in the comments.
So the next story is scientists firing guns at narwhals. Lovely. So known as the unicorns of the sea, narwhals spend their summer feeding and breeding in the Greenlands of Scuba South. They are known to be very shy around humans, which personally I think is a great idea. The less we have to do with them, the longer they will survive. That was until fossil fuel companies got their hands on air guns, which they used to find oil and gas natural deposits. Some of these guns can be deadly for marine life, but up until recently, tests weren't properly conducted. So the results were very, very different and stuff like that. So you could never see direct results. So a group of scientists took to Scoresby South with much smaller air guns and fired them into the ocean to see how the narwhals react. They chose the narwhals because they use sound to navigate and to communicate with one another, like most marine lives do. There's a lot of noise in the ocean, obviously from ships, commercial air guns, and obviously other marine life talking to each other. So it's vital that it's vital that mankind tries not to interfere too much with obviously the noise pollution that they have in the water, hence why these tests were done. The results did tell us after a couple of shots, the narwhals did stop for a bit. They came up to the ship once they fired the guns. They kind of were distilled a bit, well, what's going on? And then they swam away from the ships. So more studies are actually needed to truly get better results. Obviously, the more results we get, the better it is. Obviously, on these air guns in the ocean, but it's definitely step in the right direction. So. Yeah, it's a bit weird having all these unicorns and then these scientists purposely not shooting them, they were shooting them in the water to see how the noise would affect the group in the pod. And so it didn't really stun them, but they were like, whoa, what was that? After a couple of shots. And then they swam away. So yeah, just more tests need to be done to see if we can, help reduce the amount of noise pollution we have in the ocean.
Yeah. Okay, now it's time for our next story, demon fish. Now this sort of story would be perfect for Weird Wednesday, but we just wanted to talk about it right now.
Yeah.
A fanged sea creature washed up on the shore on a Texas beach after Hurricane Harvey, and it has a lot of people wondering what the heck it is. Batiti Deze, sorry I've pronounced that wrong, which I most likely have, tweeted a picture of the sea monster, and as of this recording, it has gotten over 7,500 retweets and over 17,000 likes. But what is this mysterious creature? Well, after a Twitter storm of answers, the answer finally came from an eel expert, Kenneth. So, what is this hideous creature? Well, it is either a fanged tooth snake eel or a tusky eel. So nice work, Twitter, on ignoring Mr. Trump's tweets and coming together and figuring out what this sea creature actually was.
It looks disgusting. It looks horrible. I mean, it just looks foul.
I want to see it now.
You tell me you've not seen it?
No.
Oh, who wrote the script? Anyway, yeah, it's ugly. All you need to do to imagine it, just put a mirror to your face. Anyway, humanity at its finest. Not me today. So let's end today's show on a high note. So with all the recent hurricanes in Florida, all you see is people fleeing for their lives and in lots of cases leaving the animals behind, sadly. But not for Philip Admire and his wife Michelle Crossetto. I do apologise if I pronounced that wrong. Anyway, Philip is the director of zoology at the island Dolphin Care, and his wife is a veterinarian. And rather than just fleeing Florida, they rocked up to the site in Key Largo and protected the dolphins from the storm. So they tightened up the area and secured everything they could to protect the dolphins. They kept them in their habitat to ensure that there was no overflow of water as well. So there's an inside bit which is still outside, and then obviously they have a wider pen to play in, but they kept them in the habitat. And by the end of the hurricane, all 8 dolphins were still in their habitat, even though the actual habitat itself, because it was so bad, actually flooded. Yeah. So they could have easily escaped, but they stayed put. So that's really, really cool. So no doubt that was because of Phil and Michelle. So yeah. Now, if that isn't a perfect way to end the show, I don't know what is, James. Don't forget to vote for us for the Dive Awards. It's still open till the end. I think it was the 30th, Mark says normally, 30th of September. The link for that is in the description below. If you could vote for us for Diver Retail of the Year, that would be swell. Thank you very much. And that's it. Thanks for watching and safe diving.
Bye.